pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Lori, can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Chapman?
Here.
Ms. Guthrie?
Here.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Here.
Ms. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Ziegler?
Here.
Ms. Gracious?
Here.
Thank you so much. All right. The next item of business is to review and vote on whether to excuse Councilmember David Ziegler's absence from the meeting on March 12th, 2026. Let's just do an overall vote. All in favor to excuse say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. Okay, then it is excused. That motion passes, all right. And then also review and vote on whether to excuse Councilmember Abigail Miller's absence from the special meeting on April 2nd, 2026. Well, I guess we'll just, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right, all opposed nay.
Nay.
All right, then that passes as well. All right, can I get a motion to approve meeting minutes for March 12th, 2026 and for April 2nd, 2026?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for March 12th and April 2nd.
All right, can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right, Laura, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. All right, the next item on the agenda is staff reports. We'll start with Fire Chief Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. Things are pretty consistent of what we've done the last few months. Really no big jumps one way or another. Bromley, we did not have but one run last month there, which was a little bit different, but over the weekend we had 5 or 6, so they made up for it. There's no reason or rhyme for how things are go, but crews are continuing the business safety inspections. We're hitting the vacant, not hitting them, but doing the vacant building inspections. We're trying to make sure we got the right owners there, and then also make sure they're not storing stuff they shouldn't, and a risk versus benefit of if they have an emergency in that building, whether we send guys in there if it's an active fire, what we're going to save or what we're not going to save, and protect the surroundings. So it's important for us to try to get those vacant buildings inspected and make contact with the owners of those. One big thing to kind of note is on May 4th, we will start hydrant testing to check make sure they're operable, and then we'll probably paint them this year, as well as go back and restripe them once we get them painted. So we're going to put a little bit of time and effort into the hydrants this year. It's been a few years since we have, so. Any questions or concerns?
Yeah, Chief, I have something. You had mentioned, if I'm reading it right, about 25% of your calls were non-emergency calls.
Yeah, and that's
Did
just
you
the
not
way,
know it's an emergency before you get there, and you find out it really wasn't an emergency?
yeah, some of those were canceled calls.
Oh, okay.
Or it's just the way our new reporting system is. Service calls are considered kind of non-emergency. So if somebody calls and says, hey, get the cat out of the tree, we got wires down, which in this old city, we have wires that are cable wires and communication wires that are just dead, and they come down sometimes. So we'll go there and see that there's no emergency. So the way we have to, in our reporting system, that's how they've changed it from in the past to now. And that went in effect this year, January 1st, I think it was, or the end of January, where it was called NIFRS, and now it's a different name, but it's the same. But they went away from codes. We used to have like 100 series, 300 series. Now it's just words. It's just the way the FEMA, federal government, has changed their reporting system.
All right, thanks.
I understand we had a missing child last night for a little while, is that right?
Yes.
Turned out okay?
Yep. She was found safe on Elm Street. Probably 10 minutes from the time we got there and sorted it out. She was found.
All right, thank you, Chief. All right, next Next up is Police Chief Hartbeck.
Good evening. Kind of a short report this month. We had 978 calls, so just under 1,000. About a third of those were self-initiated, special area checks, foot patrols, work complaints, stuff like that. On May 16th, there will be a 5K occurring in Ludlow. It's not sponsored by the city or anything like that, but I will say that the foundation is Project Canine Hero, and they have helped retired police dogs that have health issues. And our last canine captain, we found out he had cancer right after he retired, so they do benefit us. And they wanted to have a 5K. This is their second or third 5K. This year they wanted to do it in Ludlow. So anyway, that's May 16th. I don't know the route yet, but we will advertise the route once we have it so that people know where to avoid it. It'll be early in the morning on Saturday. I'd like to congratulate Officer Panko. He had a baby boy about 2 there's a wife that baby boy. 2 weeks ago. So that's exciting. And Detective Edwards' wife was due like in 2 months. So a little bit of babies running around, I guess. I think that's about it. We did get the county's stats were sent to me after I did the report. So they were included as very, I think, large, it's very good for me. I think that's all I got.
Chief, I have a question. I noticed you put some juvenile vandalism, things like that, and it's typically, summer coming up, and you have those reports, and the court system really appears not to be helping. It's not just Ludlow, but other cities out with that. Could the parents, let's say you took one of the juveniles to the house where they live, could the parents be cited for that, or just be warned that you're going to be cited next time and maybe take control of their children?
It depends on what the charge is. Usually not. The best recourse is trying to convince the parents to go down and file, I forget what the charge is. It's like some kind of unruly charge on their own kids. The other thing, we can charge them. They are responsible. I don't want to say that even though we're not charging the parents are still responsible, but they're responsible to get the juveniles to the courts. If that makes any sense.
I was just thinking maybe you just did it
Yeah.
as a city and just, push the envelope as far as possible.
Yeah, we
See what happens.
in the beginning, we really tried to. We try to kind of be a thorn in the CDW's side. So the way it works is, we come across a juvenile, whatever they're doing. If we want to charge them, there's basically 2 options. If we think it's bad enough for them to be lodged in detention, which is kind of like kitty jail, we have to call CDW. CDW is then the go-between us and the judge. So it has to be a court order from the judge. CDW is supposed to call the judge no matter what the charge is. However, CDW is very understaffed. So a lot of times they won't call the judge because of their past experience. That charge doesn't warrant to be in or warranted to be in lodge. So sometimes there's a disconnect there that we're not able to really talk to the judge and explain what exactly is going on. You're going through a middle person, and sometimes that's hard if they don't believe what your message. If they don't believe in your message, it's hard to get them to go to the judge and really explain the message. The other option is, and Officer Haggard does this a lot down at the school. You basically take a report, and then the next day you go down to CDW's office down in Covington, give them the report, and and then they file the charges through the county attorney's office for you, and then they call you and say, hey, the charges are ready. You go back down, sign the charges, and then basically the kids are summoned to court. And then either way, the parents are still responsible for getting the kids to court. So it's cumbersome. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in the spring, we're trying to get a little bit more heavy-handed. Since I've been done this, and it seems to set the tone for the rest of the summer. It's just the growing pains in the spring, chasing them down, reminding everybody that the park closes at dusk, because we have the lights up and everything, so that they're open all night.
You do a lot of chasing down. I know I've caught some of them taking my mail out of my mailbox. Chase them down, they give the mail back to me, but then they take off again. But I have seen some presence of your officers in the park. I saw one with the canine walking down there, and I think that helps when they walk down through the park,
Yeah,
unannounced.
they're supposed to at least once a shift,
Yeah.
and that's per person, so it's not just like a first, second, third. It's, you have 2 guys on second, then it should be first shift, 2 guys on second, maybe 1 or 2 guys on third. So it should get, and it's not just the main park, it's all of the parks. So
Well, I just think that presence down there, walking, actually helps. Good job on that.
I know, Chief, we haven't really had a time to discuss this, but I do think something other than just punitive recourse with this, with kids, finding another way to engage them in other programs. And I know we haven't gotten to that point yet, but maybe we can find a way to some type of recreation center eventually in the future, and find some type of programs and engagement with these kids that they could. At dark, they have, sometimes it gets dark early in the evening, right? And they want something to do, and maybe we'll have some type of program that can stay open until 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, where they have some place to go when they don't want to go home just yet, and hang out with other kids their age and something else to engage them. I do think that there should be something that we can eventually do in the future that can help engage those kids. But that's something else that we can also talk about. I think it also, amongst city council too, is something, what else can we do for kids in our community to help them rather than just punish them, try and engage them,
I will say the school is very good when they're in session.
Yeah.
Helping us out. I mean, to be honest, it's one of those problems that we get stuck with because we're the police, and I get it. But we're really not equipped on our day-to-day operations to really do a lot with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the school really helps bridge that gap. The problem is the schools have, summer break is
Yeah.
May something. So
flying through our alley. They don't stop, you can't see, and they just dart across Devil Street.
Yeah.
Or they'll dart through the stoplight going down Devil Street.
And there's no range, you know, because it's not road regulated, so you could be 12 years old, going 40 miles an hour down Elm Street. We stop them, but we don't have any people
Okay.
report to it. A lot of times when they're out, make their mom and dad come get them or something like that, just 'cause it's more of a safety thing, really.
For sure. And now, I mean, this has been going on since Christmas, because they got them for Christmas presents. We saw Amazon drop them off. And, anything that's warm, they're just like crazy. And I fear for what's gonna happen when, you know, we get warm and stay warm.
We get a lot of small ones too, so.
Okay.
All right. All right, thank you, Chief. Moving on, Shane is not with us tonight for the Public Works Director report, but we'll move on to the Code Enforcement Officer, Jamie West.
Thank you, Mayor. That'll be tough to follow that, Mark. Let me jump into just giving you an update on our historic district. We did have 2 certificate of appropriateness applications discussed last month at the Urban Design Review Board meeting. One of those was for 431 Hooper. This is the last house at the end of Hooper. Obviously on the left, the other side is Spatty. They are going to be putting in a driveway from front to rear. So this has been approved by the Historic Board as well as PDS, and including an encroachment permit. So they are good to go on that driveway. I think it'll be a nice addition. Obviously, the Riverwalk is close to opening, so I think that's good timing.
Is that the vacant house?
Yeah, it is. Hopefully, Mr. Powers will decide to remodel the currently vacant building there. Been vacant for some time, so that he'll have a nice new driveway. So the second application was for 478 Elm. This is 1975. This will be what they call a Starling chili, which is basically very similar to a Gold Star. So it's the same ownership as Gold Star chili. They're very close to being fully compliant there. No official grand opening as of yet. So more exciting news. Another nice little area that's going to have a lot of improvement coming very soon, including that Riverwalk. You know, of course, the school's going to be building the field house, so there's a lot going on right there in that at the end of Adela. So good things to come there. So the Kent County Spring Cleanup is coming up at the 24th and 25th of this month. It is a 2-day event this time. At one time it was 3 days. It is a 2-day event. And then Ludlow's Spring Cleanup will be May 9th. So very similar events. Kenton County is from 8 to 4 p.m. City of Ludlow, we will have that from 10 to 3. But both offer, for the most part, will accept furniture, mattresses, yard debris, even tires. The only difference is Kenton County will also accept appliances, electronics, and batteries, so including vehicle batteries. So I thought that was a nice addition. So all of this can be found on our website. All the details for both these events. Thank you for everybody that's going to be working that City of Ludlow event May 9th. I'll send something out as a reminder. Any questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the City Treasurer, Wayne Harris.
Good evening. First of all, before I get into this, I apologize. I left off the savings account. When I gave the bank balances, I got a little bit of a rush. It took me about 40 minutes to put this together, and I just overlooked it. I give you some bank balances as of today for 5 funds. The one that I want to call your attention to is the police bank balance it's not moved much since last month or the month before. And I've been doing some research, and I've discovered that some of the police revenue has been recorded in general fund. So next week, my goal is to find all that and try to move it over to the police account. And then I have give you a budget versus actual on the high level of some of the accounts. Most of the expenditures are in the 3/4 budget range. In other words, 77%, with the exception of the municipal road aid. I don't think you have that on there though, but I discovered that some of the revenue for that has also been recorded in general fund. And some of the expenditures to that are incorrect too. They've been mixed up. So next week we're going to try to make those movements. In fact, I just moved 7,500 expenses out of municipal rail aid while ago that belonged somewhere else. So on the revenue side, to date, we're about 3/4 to the budget amount of total revenue, 77%. And we've got about 2.5 months left. Based on what I see, we'll probably come very close to being 100%, maybe at 100%, because we got some tax revenue, license and permits and stuff like that coming in now. So hopefully we'll get through the 100%.
The one that we've been pretty deficient on is collecting the personal property tax that is sent out.
Yeah.
Usually it would be about $197,000 if they're collected at 100%, but I think we've been only collecting about 40%. Does that come through the county when you file your taxes? They send something out to the person or the company that owes the money?
They pay it here. He had a situation the other day where somebody wanted to renew the rental license, I think it was, and he couldn't because he hadn't paid his property taxes. Okay, so he had to pay.
Well, I was referring to personal property, not real property.
I think this was personal property. Yeah. Anyway, we still got some of that coming in. Yes, we got some coming in from Kenton County. I got the report today for the first quarter of this fiscal year, and I showed it to the mayor. And I think there was only something like $296 in payroll taxes submitted for the city of Ludlow for the first quarter. I find that very suspect.
You mean 296,000?
I'm sorry?
You said $296 or 296,000?
It said payroll taxes withheld.
Okay.
So, and we've had this discussion before where we think that there's, I don't understand how that happens. It's a quarter. You would think they would submit it on a quarterly basis. Some don't do it on a quarterly basis. They wait till the next quarter, do it twice. So Kenton County tells me. So some of that might increase too. This month's amount was about 26,000. That's a little bit below average what it has been.
So we're within revenues and expenses. We're pretty much on track 3/4 to 80% is what we're thinking overall.
So that's it. If you got any questions, I'll entertain them. Hopefully I can answer them. Thank you.
All right, moving on to the mayor's report. Just one moment. Okay. For an administrative update, I will be presenting my candidate for city administrator position in the executive session tonight. It's an important step towards ensuring strong and stable leadership and continued progress for the city. We are continuing to focus on financial cleanup and accountability, including reconciliations and improving internal controls. Work remains ongoing to ensure we're in a strong position heading into year end. The ADA ramp at Memorial Park is in progress. We expect that to be complete by the end of, I believe, the end of this month, at least, or early May. Upcoming additions to that area at Memorial Park at the river will include picnic tables, charcoal grills, and bench swings to enhance the riverfront space. Work on the river stage is nearing completion, and event planning is underway. Our first riverfront event is scheduled for May 16th, featuring the Dublin Defense. A river cleanup is planned for April 19th, meeting at Second Sight Spirits at noon. Gloves and supplies will be provided. A waiver will need to be completed. Thank you to Jenny McMillan for her continued work organizing these events and community programming. We are continuing to build relationships with local businesses and regional partners to support growth, funding opportunities, and long-term development. As always, thank you to our residents, staff, and volunteers. Small towns have soul, and it shows in the continued effort and care people put into this community. All right, moving on to council committee reports, beginning with finance, but I don't believe we have had the meeting yet. At least next week.
This is one of those months.
It's
where
one of those, yeah.
second
Yep. All right.
Tuesday is before
Right. All right.
the third.
So then we'll move on to Parks and Recreation.
We just met tonight. For this meeting, we went through, we talked about some upcoming dates, the river amphitheater, river stage, whatever we're gonna call that. The fireworks festival is June 27th. That's planning progress, is in progress. We talked about movie night and what that will look like. This year, maybe we can do more than one. We talked about hot dogs in the park will be June 12th and 26th from 11:30 to 1. And we talked about naming the dugout, Jack Ames dugout. That plaque has been ordered, and we're hoping it will be in time to have. Jamie Allen attended the meeting, and he would like to see more baseball games in the park at both fields. We're still working on getting the schedules for the youth baseball. And we've got the 8U and the 10U, but I have to have the 12U before I can see a full picture of what the park usage is gonna look like and what open dates there are. And it's difficult while the high school's playing, because that's pretty much a very fluid schedule, because if it's raining, or they have to have a cancellation, or if it rains and they can't play somewhere else and they bring it home, so that's a moving target.
Yeah.
But we're working on that. I think that's everything we covered. Is that everything, Jen?
All right. Next is the Public Works and Code Enforcement Committee.
We met on Wednesday of this week. For code enforcement, we went over the list of foreclosures and where they're at, and we have some movement on foreclosures of properties that have excessive fees and back taxes, so that's really positive news. For Public Works, we went over the extremely large list of things that Shane and his crew have on their plate. The steps for the stage are being worked on right now, so that will be should complete the foundation of the stage. We are also looking at trying to get the water turned on at Jackson Park, so that when we put the community garden in there, we'll have water available to take care of it. There are a list of other things that he will have completed by the end of May, but I'm not going to go through the entire list. That's it.
Okay. All right. Next up is the City Administrative Officer's Report. We'll move past that. Sorry, didn't
See, I left that in there, sorry.
You're fine. All right, and then we'll move to citizens wishing to address mayor and council. Public comment is welcome, limited to 3 minutes per citizen, if anyone would like to address mayor and council. Yep, come on up.
Thanks for allowing me was asking if there is something that can be done with the stop signs on the corner of Laurel and Helen.
Laurel and Helen.
We have a ton of children that play in the street there, and to say half of the cars stop is being generous.
Okay.
I don't know if it could be like the flashing stop signs or a speed bump or something there. And the older the kids get, the more they're in the road, playing basketball, riding their bikes, and somebody's gonna get hurt.
Okay. And it's Laurel and Helen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We will take a look at that. And
Thank you.
I'll mention it to Shane as soon as he's back. He wasn't here tonight, but I will mention this to Shane and what we
Okay.
could do there.
Yeah, I think I emailed him. He's the one who told me to come here tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Thank
Perfect,
you.
thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address mayor and council? Come on up.
question, ma'am.
Yep.
Now,
Are you able to stand so we can hear you?
please,
Just so we can hear you with the mic. Yep.
I'm here to see about getting a handicap parking at 410 Oak Street.
Yes.
Now, I brought y'all in some information and left that there in front of the office.
Yes, we actually have you on the agenda tonight. So yes, we are taking that into consideration, but we would love to hear from you on why you believe it's needed. You can have time to speak.
Now, ma'am,
Yeah?
when you get older, your hearing goes.
Oh, can you not hear me? All right. We would love to hear from you on why you believe it's needed. I saw the pictures myself. It looks like from your parking pad, you have steps, and then entering the back of your house, you have additional steps. So it does look like you do need that as parking in front, in my opinion. Is that correct?
I have parking on,
You have parking in the back, but you have additional steps, right?
but I can't,
But you can't do it.
can't
I get it, yeah.
when you get older, you know what I'm
I
talking
hear you.
about.
Yep.
Get off the right side, I can't handle stairs.
Yeah. I completely understand. And council has those pictures in our packet as well, and they can see that. And I would like for them to take a look as well, and I think that that's a reasonable consideration to see that you don't want to be climbing those steps, and that you do need that additional handicap spot in front of your house. But it's open for them to consider and discuss now that you're here, and speak with them, and you have that availability right now to speak with them about it.
So in other words, they pass or not? 'Cause you talking too fast for me to understand, girl.
Please discuss, council.
A simple yes or no.
We will take a vote on it once we get to it. We do have it on our agenda to take a vote.
Please?
It's on our agenda to take a vote. We have it on our agenda for 410 to consider a parking space in front of your home tonight.
So it's under
It's on the agenda. Yep. Yes.
So in other words, pull me a chair and shut my mouth.
Yes. No. Yes, but no. No, we will take a vote. We will take a vote on this tonight.
Beam me up, Scotty. Who knows what I'm talking about when I say that? Beam me up, Scotty.
That was from Star Trek, yes?
That is correct, girl.
Yes. That's Captain Kirk, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Beam me up, Scotty.
All right. Anyone else?
I said, tell me one more time, a little slower. Well, did I get the parking pass, or it's coming up for vote, or what?
City Council, we have it on the agenda tonight for their consideration. They will take a vote on whether or not to give you the handicap space in front of your home.
That works for you, that works for me.
Yeah, okay.
So when will I know?
Tonight,
In a few minutes.
in 5 minutes.
Oh, shut up.
Is there anyone else wishing to address mayor and council? All right. Next up is the second reading of ordinance 2026-5, an ordinance amending the City of Ludlow zoning code.
Thank you. If I can have a motion to proceed in summary.
Motion to proceed in summary.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Lori, can we get a vote?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes.
Thank you. This is City of Ludlow, Kentucky, ordinance number 26-5. An ordinance amending the City of Ludlow zoning code adopting the recommendations of the Kenton County Commission regarding compliance with KRS 100.348. This ordinance approves and adopts the amendments to the city's zoning code. It specifically removes compatibility requirements for qualified manufactured homes with existing housing in close vicinity, removes parking requirements for qualified manufactured homes, and establishes criteria for defining what constitutes qualified manufactured homes. The City Council finds these amendments bring the city's zoning code into compliance with KRS 100.348. It provides authority for the mayor to apply for text amendment to the city's zoning code through the Kenton County Planning and Development Services. And the ordinance provides for repeal of inconsistent laws, severability of provisions, and an effective date upon passage and publication. The full text of ordinance 2026-5 is available for examination in the city clerk's office at 51 Elm Street, Ludlow, Kentucky.
All right, do we have a motion to pass ordinance 2026-5?
I make a motion.
Second.
We approve ordinance 2026-5.
Second. Second.
All right, thank you. Lori, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. All right, next up is new business, taking into consideration, this is resolution, correct? Or is
No,
this?
you're just gonna, they'll discuss it,
Oh, this
and then
is-
they'll just take a motion
This is
on
just a
if they're
motion.
going to approve.
All right,
or
this is a new,
disapprove it.
okay, so for new business, disabled parking space appeal for 410 Oak Street. Can we have a, first discussion, but then we'll have a motion on whether or not we should approve this. So you've seen the pictures. Is there any discussion on whether or not this should become disabled parking?
Seems feasible to.
Pretty
go ahead.
straightforward?
Seems reasonable. I would
Yeah.
assume everything else is in order.
Okay.
With the permit doctor, things like that.
Yeah.
Go through, yeah, so.
Anybody else? Have you seen the pictures and you believe it's reasonable? Okay. So can we have a motion for disabled parking space at 410 Oak Street?
I'll make a motion for disabled parking space at 410 Oak.
Okay. And can we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Lori, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. You have your
There you go.
disabled parking space. You have your disabled parking space in front of your home.
You're good.
Yes. You're good. You got it. All right. All right, next up is Resolution 2026-5, a resolution of the City of Ludlow, Kentucky declaring property as surplus. Can we have a motion to read it in summary, or do we have a summary for this?
So we don't have a summary. It
Okay.
can just be read by title only, which is
Okay.
just almost what you said, but Resolution 2026-5, a resolution of the City of Ludlow, Kentucky, declaring property as surplus and authorizing the sale or disposition of such surplus property.
All right. Can we have a motion, or sorry, this is just a reading, a first reading of resolution, or do we need to make a motion?
Make a motion and a
Okay.
second to approve.
Do we have a motion for Resolution 2026-5?
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-5.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Lori, can we have a roll call?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the resolution passes. All right, next up is announcements. And we'll start with Councilmember Chapman.
I I have no announcements.
No announcements?
Oh,
All
I
right.
do.
Yeah, okay.
I see that the fence is going up along the football side of the fence on the
That's
River
correct.
Walk, which is good.
It should be completed by Monday.
On Monday.
All right, yeah, let's go back to new business. We would like to have a discussion regarding the committees. So it's not under, somebody would want to just bring up in general.
Just a general discussion, they
Yeah.
can discuss, I think, do you all think the committees are effective? I think there will be a first reading at next month, the next meeting, the fourth Thursday, about having the 2 legislative meetings a month. Do you think that's sufficient? You could have similar discussions that you're having in the committees at the meeting. Do you still want to keep the committees? I think just what's the most effective use of your all's time, the public's time? I think, what are your thoughts on keeping the committees or trying to build those discussions into the regular meetings?
Yeah.
And Mayor, I think for additional council context, do you want to talk through the thought process you were maybe moving away from the caucus business to 2 business meetings?
Absolutely. So the thinking is currently we have 1 legislative session. That's our first meeting at the beginning of the month. And then at our second meeting, it's a caucus meeting. What we've discussed is making both of these meetings two legislative sessions a month. That way, business moves much more quickly for us. If we have a first reading at the first legislative session, we can have a second reading and vote at the second legislative session. And then that will also, we'll no longer have a need for special meetings because we'll have both of those in 1 month. And then also we can use that second meeting to build out and just have those, technically what would have been the committee meetings, what could happen during one session and during one of those sessions, legislative sessions. And then the full council is then convened so that you're now aware and can have those same questions that only 2 of the council members were previously having during finance committee meetings or during, the code enforcement or public works meetings or during parks meetings. Everyone would now have full view of and be able to have those questions answered during those meetings.
And I would think, and if action needs to be taken, you can more easily,
Yeah.
you can make motions and take action more easily if you're doing it within the 2 legislative meetings.
From my perspective, from my committees, we already go over the same thing as the 2 department heads give their report. So for me, they're really not useful.
I think from finance, I mean, we had 2 additional council members at the last finance committee meeting. I think we had a lot of great discussion. I don't necessarily have a preference as it relates to finance, and I know there were, particularly with the parks, because of being smaller, there were quorum issues and considerations as well. I think with our training with KLC, I'm not as worried with the finance now, but it's definitely something to keep into consideration. And I do like the idea of having 2 business meetings as well to make sure that we can move things through a little bit quicker. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any input on that? That you'll be able to, if we have 2 legislative sessions, what was previously done in committees would now be available to be done within both sessions. Yeah?
I think in theory, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think about how our finance meetings used to be so detailed. So I just don't want like a business meeting to drag on for like 4 hours or something because of it. But I like the idea of sharing information with everybody.
Yeah, and to be transparent and and then everyone gets to have, if you have a question and now that,
And 1 fewer meeting per month. I like that too.
Yeah. Okay. So it would be open to just.
So I think you would just do an executive order.
Just an executive order.
You'll do an executive order just rescinding
yeah.
Would we need a resolution for the new schedule? For the new
We
business
will.
schedule?
I've got a first reading planned, first reading, so you'll do the first reading at the second meeting this month, have the second reading at the first meeting in May, and then that means your second meeting in May is now an official business meeting, and we don't have to notice it as a special meeting anymore.
Yeah. And then if we decide that we don't have any new business for that second session, we could just take a vote to just not have that second session in the month. If we realize that there's really nothing, that needs to be discussed in that second session.
What was the original purpose of caucus meetings?
That's a great idea. We were trying to figure that out ourselves, Michelle.
Well, I don't know where, my understanding is at some point that second meeting was really supposed to be for committee meetings, but you can't really have 3 committee meetings at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they somehow kind of transgressed into caucus meetings, but I don't know that it was ever formalized as a caucus meeting.
We used to actually have 2 full meetings a month.
Oh, really?
Yes, for many, many years.
Oh,
But
wow.
they decided that the second meeting, there wasn't a lot going on, and they kept getting canceled, so they actually talked about only having 1 meeting and no caucus, and then they kind of agreed to, okay, we'll have the caucus, and then if we need, we can have a special meeting
Yeah.
if need be on that date, so that way it's always kind of reserved. But we used to have 2
Interesting.
meetings a month for many, many years.
Well, we show up anyway. Why not get business done? It's interesting.
I-
Okay.
Very
Very interesting.
Well, because it got canceled a lot, because there wasn't a whole lot of business, so that way they weren't really committed to, I don't
I
know.
hear you. Okay.
It changed, I guess, around maybe 2009, 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Um,
interesting.
Mayor Michelle, I'm not sure what, I think this is the time, we had discussed, for new business under motions, we had discussed, at the last business committee meeting, we had the audit presentation. And within the governance letter that council received, there referenced a management comments letter, that outlined, I believe it was 3 suggestions for council, the management to take into consideration. I had reached out to the mayor requesting a copy of that, just to kind of interested to see what suggestions they had, so that we wouldn't be in this financial situation that we've been in with previous audits. So just out of my curiosity, but in chatting with Michelle and Zach, I would have to file an open records request to get that form, to get that letter. And then there's a chance that it could potentially, maybe not this particular letter, but future correspondence could be redacted if I don't request it as a motion of council. So I was going to make the motion that council receive a copy of the management comments letter. Discussion
Make your
or-
motion, then you would need a second, and then you guys can discuss it if you want, or vote.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that council receive the management comments letter.
I would
via
just
email.
like to say that again, as mayor, I am the administrative management of the city, and the letter was directed towards the mayor, not to city council. And so even though it was mentioned that city council, that it exists, it wasn't intended for city council. So you can, I'm not saying that you can't make the motion to see it. I would like to just say that it is intended for the mayor and the management of the city, for us to make those changes administratively. And again, that was the prior fiscal year under the previous city administrator and prior mayor for that year. So those changes are mine to make and just.
Still like to make the motion.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'll second.
Do we have to vote on it? Or now we discuss or vote?
That's fine.
You can have a discussion first.
Anybody else have anything to discuss?
I think your explanation was a discussion.
So what
Sorry,
we're
yeah,
asking
that's
for
fine.
is,
A copy
is
of
the
the-
letter that the auditors gave in addition to
The
the audited
recommendations.
report on the 3 things the city should do.
Yeah.
I think everyone kind of should see that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Good discussion.
All right, Lori, let's take a vote.
Mr. Chapman?
We're voting.
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. All right, moving on to announcements.
So we're still in.
We're still in new business.
New business? I would like to, since we're putting the plaque up to name the dugout at Lemker, the Jack Ames dugout, I would like to see us go one step further and make it Jack Ames Day. He has done so much for the community, the kids, And he still does, and he's 90, what is he, Dave, 93? Is he 93?
He's 93.
He still heads up the Hall of Fame. He put the Hall of Fame, build the room together down at the stadium. You will probably see him at baseball games or whatever's going on. He is a huge supporter of our kids. And that's going back to keeping our kids out of trouble. So I think he deserves a day.
Okay. Is that something that council can make a motion on, or
I
is that
think,
just
yeah.
a proclamation of the mayor that we can establish?
I think you can do either or.
Okay, then
You
I'll
could make
just-
it a proclamation.
Yeah. I can make that a
That's fine.
proclamation.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep, I'll do that. Okay, sounds good. All right, moving back to announcements. I think we were finished with Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to Councilmember Guthrie.
My only announcement is a reminder that the primary is Tuesday, May 19th, and it will be at the Baptist Church on the 400 block of Linden.
All right, moving on to Councilmember Terry Navarro.
Yes. Last month I said that there would be a Cars and Coffee in April. I lied. There will not be a Cars and Coffee in April. It will be May the 10th. We also had the first Walk and Talking Trash of the season last night in conjunction with the beautification of the city. We've cleaned up a good portion of the plaza, cut back bushes, cleaned out some weeds. It looks amazing. There were about 20 people in total between the Walk and Talking Trash and the beautification effort. So that was for the April. In May, it will be May the 13th. Beautification takes place from 6 to 7, and then Walking, Talking Trash takes place from 7 to 8. We always meet at the plaza. Everybody in the city's welcome, and it would be appreciated.
All right, moving on to Council, okay. All right, Councilmember Ziegler. Anything? Announcements? Hot dogs in the...
Hot dogs, June the 12th, June 26th.
Okay,
We're looking for donations, money, hot dogs, buns, drinks. Just let me know. I'll take them.
all right. Great, Council.
And then, again, April 20, that'll be before our next meeting. So April 20 will be, hopefully, will be recognition of Jack Ames at Lemper Field. The game is at 6. We'll watch for more details as we put them together. I would assume we're going to start about 5 or 5:30.
Yep.
But we'll put that together. So watch for details and come join us so we can celebrate Jack on the 20th.
All right. Do we just announce that we're
Need a
doing?
motion.
All right. So I will, next up is the executive session. So I need a motion to go into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.8101F for discussion on the appointment and hiring of a city administrator. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, we go to executive session pursuant to KRS 61.8101F.
All right, can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right, Lori, can I get a roll call on that?
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Ms. Terry Navarro?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Ziegler?
Yes.
Ms. Gracious?
Yes.
What's that? Here. All right, the motion passes. Yeah. I will be right back. I'm about to get my
Do we
candidate. And I need to grab
Do we have
some
to
of my
adjourn
files.
this meeting?
We will adjourn this meeting. We have to adjourn this meeting because Can we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, can we get up a roll call? So, Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Back in the open legislative session. All right, so I would like to make a motion, or can we have a motion?
Need a motion to read the resolution
Yeah,
first.
can we have a motion to read the resolution, Ludlow Resolution 2026-6? Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to read the resolution.
Okay, can we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All right, we'll have a roll call. Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
No.
Ms. Terry Navarre?
No.
Ms. Miller?
I don't know how to vote. I abstain from that. Oh, God.
Do you want to reconsider?
I'll be sitting here for the next 20 minutes. I don't know. I really don't know. And that is not me being obstinate, because I would just tell you if I were being obstinate, because I don't mind being obstinate. I don't know. I don't know. So. Okay, yes, we can read.
All right.
No.
No,
God.
And this is just to read?
just to read.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a tie.
Oh, okay, then I vote to break the tie to read the resolution. Yes.
Okay, this is Ludlow Resolution 2026-6, a resolution of the City of Ludlow, Kentucky, approving the mayor's appointment of Christopher H. Courtney to the position of City Administrative Officer in the City of Ludlow, Kentucky.
Do you want me to read, or
So
do
you
we
need
need
a
to
motion to approve.
Oh,
We can read it by title only.
oh, I see. Can we have a motion to approve Resolution 2026-6?
I'll make a motion to approve 2026-6.
Okay, can we have, do we have a second? Okay. All right, so the motion dies currently for lack of a second, but we will readdress this at the next council meeting. All right, thank you. Can we have, next item is adjournment. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. This meeting is adjourned.
Who was the second? I'm sorry.